National Football League. Today from Riverfront Stadium, it's the Buffalo Bills versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Mitsubishi Motors, who invites you to come see the full line of cars and trucks. Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice. And by the good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Last Sunday in Buffalo, it was Scott Norwood connecting on this 30-yard field goal. 3 minutes, 47 seconds into overtime to lead the Bills over the Jets 9-6 to clinch the AFC East title. The Bills made it 7 straight wins. They celebrated at Rich Stadium in Buffalo. The Bills now 11-1, and a win today would clinch home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They will go against the Bengals, led by Boomer Esiason, who's been hooking up on a regular basis with Eddie Brown. Boomer has thrown for 23 touchdown passes, and his Bengals come in with a record of 9-3, a half game in front of Houston, 2 in front of Cleveland. It is a mild 54-degree day here at Riverfront in Cincinnati. It has been raining on and off, and that is the setting for this meeting of the NFL's #1 offense, the Bengals, and the AFC's #1 defensive unit, the Bills. We welcome you. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. And this a matchup that figures, at least today, for the two clubs, both solid teams, obviously, to go with the basics. But do you expect any surprises at all?
No surprises. Defensively, you know, when I talked to the coaching staff of the Bills and also the Cincinnati Bengals, they said, look, we're going to go with what got us here. The Buffalo Bills line up, and they say, hey, I got this guy, you have that guy. When the ball snaps, let's all go to the ball. Cincinnati, on the other hand, great big offensive line. Boomer knows that. He doesn't have to get fancy, Marv. Just go out and do what you did before. That's the wins for you. So they're not going to change. No surprises, no gadget plays. You can't do that in this kind of game.
Well, the man that the Buffalo Bills are most concerned with is the all-purpose running back for the Bengals, number 21, James Brooks, who ran for 149 yards last week against Dallas. And what a weapon he is for Boomer Esiason.
Probably the best all-purpose back in the league. The thing that James Brooks gives Cincinnati is this. He's not only an excellent blocker, he is a great runner. But when he catches the passes, not long balls, but little short passes, once he catches them, he becomes a halfback again, and he can kill you.
And over the last 4 games, Marv Levy and his Bills have allowed only 15 points. They have not allowed a rushing touchdown the last 4 games. And there is Cincinnati head coach Sam White. His team leads the NFL in scoring, 360 points. They also lead in yardage, 4,700 plus. The kickoff, sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. The Bengals won the toss. They will receive Scott Norwood, the 4-year man from James Madison, getting set to kick it off to the combination of Stanford Jennings and Ira Hillary. The Buffalo Bills 11-1. Their only loss, Week 5 at Chicago, beaten by the Bears 24-3. Capacity crowd at Riverfront, and here we go. It is a short kick, and it's taken by Jennings to the 15. And crushed across the 20-yard line. Stanford Jennings on the return, puts roll, the backup tight end on the stop. So Jennings went 16 yards, and here's the Cincinnati offense with Brooks and Wilson, the running backs, McGee, Brown, and Holman are the receivers. Rodney Holman getting into it last week. He'd been a forgotten man. And that huge front line of the Bengals. Munoz, Reimers, Kozersky, Montoya, and Walter. First down for Cincinnati at their 24-yard line. And now change in the backfield. It is Ickey Woods. And he has the first down. So Ickey Woods out to the 40-yard line. Cornelius Bennett, the outside linebacker, made the stop. 17-yard pickup. And a look at that tremendous Buffalo defensive line. Still Smerlis and Smith all having outstanding years. Darryl Talley, an underrated linebacker. Shane Conlon not starting because of a foot injury suffered last week, but will be available for later on. Radisic in the starting lineup. And here is Brooks. could not make the turn. A short pickup. Wayne Davis, who is replacing the injured Derek Burrows at the left cornerback position, made the stop. Burrows banged up with an ankle injury and a bruised jaw suffered last week. It'll be a 2nd down and 9 at the 42.
If you look at this defense, the one thing that you'd like to establish, even though the Cincinnati Bengals have such a great passing game with Boomer with 23 touchdowns, they would like to try to run the ball on the Bills at first and then pass when you want to pass.
McGee to the near side and Brown to the far side. Esiason completes over the middle for the 1st down. Number 82, the tight end, Rodney Holman, stopped by strong safety Leonard Smith.
When you talk about all of the weapons you have, you've got Brown and you've got Collingsworth and you've got Brooks, but you also have an excellent tight end in Rodney Holman. And if you're going to cover the tight end one-on-one with a strong safety, Smith, he's going to find him.
And Leonard Smith, a well-rested player. He was ejected early last week in the game against the Jets. 1st down midfield for the Bengals. We are just underway. 60,000 at Riverfront. Woods. So Mickey Woods successfully running here on this opening series against Buffalo. Smith and Kelso able to get him down.
This play was designed to go over the right guard, and what happened was that Freddie Smerlas was in the hole sitting. Ickey Woods made a great adjustment back to the outside and picks up the 1st down.
Pick up of 12 for Woods, the rookie from Nevada, Las Vegas.
See Freddie Smerlas, now watch his penetration. He's there. Woods has to now turn back to the outside. An excellent adjustment. Picks up a 1st down.
Now the lone deep back is Brooks. 1st down at the Buffalo 38. Play action. Esiason off the roll. Able to complete it. Another 1st down. This time the backup tight end, Jim Riggs. The stop by Bentley and Smith.
Darryl Talley is down on the field, and he's slow getting up. He was the guy that was putting the heat on Boomer, and he's hurt. They already have one linebacker, Shane Conlon, could play, but Radisic is in there. This is the end of the play here. The tackle, Smith making a tackle, and that is a fumble. But Cincinnati gets the ball back. To lose 2 linebackers in a game, Kelly is really hurt.
And Don Graham has checked in, replacing Talley. The loose ball was covered by McGee. It's a 14-yard pass play and a 1st down at the Buffalo 22. 3.5 gone by. First quarter. Here's Brooks. And he found a big hole. So James Brooks, who comes in averaging 5.8 per carry to lead the NFL, was stopped by the left defensive end, Art Still.
You hear that hitting? It's unbelievable. It's a big, big offensive line, and they're going against a 3-4 defense, which puts those big offensive guards on linebackers.
We're getting punchy up here in the broadcast booth. 2nd down and 5 at the 16. Cincinnati marching right down the field against Buffalo. Now Wood. Woods inside the 5.
Marv, when you look at the offensive line, which we talked about, they just take the Bills defense and just drive them off the line. It's not one person. Watch to the right of your screen and see what happens. Look at the depth. Here comes Bruce Smith back. Bentley, they're knocking back. Smerlas just overruns the play, and Ickey Woods makes the adjustment back inside. But they took the defensive line and linebackers 5 yards downfield.
Esiason asking for quiet as a 1st and goal at the 4. And Brooks in motion. And here's Woods turning it, but cannot get in. He stopped at the line. Wayne Davis up from his left cornerback position. He is a local product out of Cincinnati, played at Mount Healthy High School, able to make make the stop along with Mark Kelso from the free safety position.
Kelso gets the initial hit. You see Kelso, there's Bennett being blocked at the line of scrimmage, so Kelso's job is now to fill as a safety. He's there, also Davis there.
Second and goal at the 4. Ickey Woods, 4 carries, 39 yards. 5.5 gone by. First quarter, no score. Bengals on the doorstep. Let's see. A penalty flag is thrown. Tim McGee, the receiver.
You may have a pick on Eddie Brown, the offensive pass interference.
Referee is Bob McElwee.
Receiver stepped on the end line and then caught the ball. Ineligible receiver, loss of down. Third down.
I saw Eddie Brown coming in there. When they threw the flag, I thought maybe there was a pick play. But here it is. McGee is obviously, once you're out of the playing field, you cannot come back in and catch the ball. And it was excellent coverage and excellent force by the Bills defense. This is where I thought maybe they'd get Brown, but that was after the play.
Cincinnati Bengals coming in have committed the fewest penalties in the AFC. It is now a 3rd and goal at the 4. This is the 10th play of the drive. Woods and Brooks in the backfield. Brooks peeling off. Again, it's Woods coming in. And he is held short of the goal line. The front 3 of Still, Smirlis, and Smith keeping Woods away.
Cornelius Bennett is in on the play. Leonard Smith, the strong safety, was in on the play. And there was just no place for Ickey Woods to go. And it looks like the Bengals may be going for the touchdown. Watch this hit right here. There's Leonard Smith, and also Cornelius Bennett gets in. Kelso gets in on the play, but Smith is the man that made the stop.
75 and 78 reporting. Eligible 75 and 78.
75 is Bruce Reimers, the left guard. 78, the left tackle, Anthony Munoz, who has caught a couple.
They also put a little bit more weight on the field.
A 4th and goal from the 1. They go for the 6. Well, the Bengals indicate that they're in. Let's see. No official word. Bentley and Radisic able to stop them.
They're trying to go over Munoz and Reimers on the left-hand side, and it doesn't work. Also, Dave Smith, number 60, playing the tight end. But look at the defensive line. They're just there, hanging on. Radisic makes the play.
So the Bills come up big on the Cincinnati drive. 10-minute ticker. The Philadelphia Eagles in front of the Phoenix Cardinals on a Randall Cunningham 11-yard touchdown pass play. The Jets over Miami 7-0. Jets trying to turn it from the overtime loss to the Buffalo Bills. 5.5 minutes have gone by in this first quarter, and a long drive by Cincinnati. It went 11 plays, 6 minutes 20 seconds, and they come up with 0. Would you have gone for the 3?
Yes, especially against this football team. They're playing the number 1 defense in the AFC, the number 2 defense overall in the National Football League. You have to put points on the board when you can.
The quarterback is Jim Kelly. The running backs, Thurman Thomas and Jamie Mueller. And this is Mueller. Let's check out the Buffalo Bill offensive alignment. Thomas, the rookie from Oklahoma State, a second-round draft pick. Trumaine Johnson in the starting lineup, having a solid season. Chris Burkett sat out last week with a knee, but he is all right for today. Ken Hull anchors the offensive line. Richer and Volker the guards. Devlin and Wolford are the tackles. Second down and 9 at the 2. Again to the ground. It's Thomas. And Thomas breaks tackles, has a first down and more. Thurman Thomas run out by the right corner, Eric Thomas.
Thurman Thomas does this on his own, basically. There is a small hole there, but watch, he'll break a tackle right at the left of your screen. Right there, he breaks one. And then Solomon Wilcox comes up, cannot hold him. Look at the leg drive of Thurman Thomas. His legs never stop, breaks it out, gets the ball almost to the 25-yard line.
A 20-yard run by Thomas, the rookie from Oklahoma State. We'll take a timeout. Back after these words. Just a moment ago, Thurman Thomas, who reeled off that 20-yard run, was shaken up, and here's how it occurred.
He gets caught underneath Eric Thomas. See, his right leg right here is pinned underneath. Now, he had a bad ankle coming into the game. You heard it a couple of weeks ago, and he just heard it again. But he is up walking around.
Ronnie Harmon now has entered the Buffalo backfield with Jamie Mueller. First down for Jim Kelly of the Bills from the Buffalo 24. Kelly throwing for the first time and almost picked off. David Fulcher, the strong safety, nearly came up with it. The pass intended for Andre Reed. Coming up 2nd and 10 at the 24. Up front, McClendon. Crumry and Scow. Crumry, the Bengals' leading tackler, had an outstanding game against Dallas last week. There are the linebackers. Reggie Williams, Joe Kelly, Carl Zander, Leon White. And in the secondary, Phillips, Fulcher, Wilcox, and Thomas. 2nd down 10. No score. First quarter. We are halfway through. And here's Harmon getting up across the 30-yard line. He is usually the Bills' third down specialist, the change of pace man at running back. Ronnie Harmon out of Iowa, stopped by Williams and Wilcox.
One of the most underrated players on the Bills is Joe Devlin, number 70. Now watch, he's on McClendon to the outside. McClendon stands him up. He does what he is supposed to do, to force Harmon back into the defense, and that's what happens. There's just some excellent running by the running backs in this game, and some poor tackling on both sides.
3rd down and 3. Rob Riddick checking in the backfield now with Ronnie Harmon. Riddick had a terrific day last week against the Jets. Kelly dumping it off, penalty marker down. Andre Reed works the sideline for the first down, but there is a flag down.
False start, left side of the line.
So they will bring it back.
Had a first down, mistakes, but actually on the false start, the play was dead anyway. Jim McNally, the offensive line coach. The little guy you saw there with the glasses on from Buffalo.
And an excellent player at University of Buffalo. In fact, a Hall of Famer at U of B.
There he is.
And Marv Levy, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, in the 2nd full season as head man of the Bills, replacing Hank Bullitt in November of '86. 3rd down, 8 from the 26. Kelly goes down. The assault led by Reggie Williams. And there is Reggie, 13-year man from Dartmouth, combining with Jim Scow, the right defensive end.
This was just a total breakdown in the middle of the Buffalo Bills offensive line, and you have Riddick sitting in there trying to block Reggie Williams, number 57, and it didn't happen, and Scow was also there.
So John Kidd back to punt from his goal line, and out of the Cincinnati 40, it is Ira Hillary. And here's Hillary to the 45. Fights his way to the 40. Scott Radisek on the stop, 38-yard punt and a 14-yard return. Cincinnati will go back to the offense. Welcome back to Riverfront in Cincinnati, where it has begun to drizzle. Check of the scoreboard. Still Eagles up 7-0. Jets over Miami 7-0. You recall that earlier meeting with Dan Marino throwing for 521 yards, but the Jets knocking off the Dolphins. And there is the outside linebacker Darryl Talley. Took a pretty good pop on the first series, was sidelined. We have not received any word concerning his status. The Bengals now first down at the Buffalo 40. 6.5 remaining. First quarter, no score. Brooks in motion, and Esiason puts it up, first down. For a first down. Got it? making the stop on the tight end, Rodney Holman. There's Boomer Esiason, the top-rated passer in the NFL, having a sensational season.
Now, Cornelius Bennett was lined up on Holman, but look where that ball is, right between two players, right between the defensive linebackers, Radisic and also Cornelius Bennett. The ball's right on target.
And Cincinnati first down at the Buffalo 27. They went the length of the field earlier this first quarter and went for the 6, and they were stopped on the 1-yard line, although they consumed close to 6.5 minutes. The handoff to Woods, flagged down, make it 2 penalty markers as Scott Radisic was all over Ickey Woods. We saw Darryl Talley on the sideline a moment ago, and the Buffalo Bills have
Holding, 65 offense.
hold on
Offside,
Montoya,
65 defense.
the right guard,
Penalties offset.
but offsetting penalties.
Cornelius Bennett was also offside.
The linebacking core of Buffalo has been hard hit. This the situation last week when Shane Conlon, the outstanding inside linebacker, was injured, suffered a foot ailment in the game against the Jets. Here's a guy who's made it back from knee surgery, and the hope is that he will be able to go here today.
I saw him in practice Wednesday in Buffalo, and he could hardly walk. He was sitting in ice, and I said, what about this weekend? He said, I'll play. I'll play.
First down at the 27-yard line. 5.5 left in this opening quarter. No score. Brooks making the turn and working inside the 20, refusing to go down.
We are seeing some excellent running, not only by Buffalo, but also by the Cincinnati Bengals. Ickey Woods and this guy, James Brooks. And he just breaks it to the outside. Now, Bruce Smith is on the outside. They just cave him back to the inside. There's a double team. Bentley gets caught to the inside, and once Brooks sees that, he breaks it to the outside. There's no support out there. Radisic can't get there fast enough. They've got Graham tied up downfield, but at the end of this play, watch the balance of James Brooks. He's not going down.
11-yard advance, first down of the Bills, 16. Again to the ground. Brooks to the other side. Radisic on the stop of Brooks, who is running so well. Earlier we mentioned 149 yards on the ground last week against Dallas on only 16 carries, including a 51-yard touchdown run. Also caught a 13-yard touchdown pass play. He's gone for 23 on 4 carries, another 6 for Brooks, and it's a 2nd and 4 at the 10.
Are we talking the opening? Nothing fancy, Mark. They're just going to line up and go at each other.
Just under 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Now Woods on the handoff, running well, and then stacked up. Ickey Woods averaging just under 5 yards per carry.
The reason the running game is working so well for Cincinnati in this first quarter is because the offensive backs are adjusting so well. They're taking a look at the defense. The Buffalo Bills are kind of inside. They're going to measure this to see if he has the first down. They're playing a little bit inside, almost giving the outside away, and that's what these guys are doing. Most of these plays are designed inside.
Cincinnati head coach Sam Weish, who says he was not happy with the officiating last week. The Bengals using a quick snap on 3rd down from time to time. They caught the Cowboys trying to bring in nickel personnel, but Weish said the officials kept calling Cincinnati for not being set.
One thing about that hurry-up offense, and talking to McNally, said that they may not use it against this team because when they go to another package, a nickel package, whatever, the Bills only bring in 2 players, whereas in Dallas they were bringing in 5 and 6 guys and trying to catch them, trying to get these guys on the field. It absolutely worked against Dallas, but they didn't really plan on hurry-up offense in this game.
It is a 3rd and less than a yard. The ball at the 6. Cincinnati running very well here in the first quarter against Buffalo. 69 yards on 11 carries. That's better than 6 per rush. And the flag's thrown. You saw the movement. The Bengals seemed to feel that Buffalo was offside. But let's see. Were they pulled offside? Nope. The Bills offside, and that makes for the first down for Cincinnati.
Freddie Smirlis, and he's over the center. He just banged in to the center. Kozerski.
Encroachment, number 55 defense, half the distance.
Long time ago. Last year he was pretty good at it. For a couple of years beginning, I mean, he was offside all the time, and I said, how can you do that? You're over the ball. He is really not actually looking at the ball. Also, Conlon is offside. I mean, not Conlon, but Bennett is offside, excuse me, to the left. But Freddie, he said, I get so tense that I'm ready to go, and he's always on the move, and he's had a great year.
And he is one of the NFL's most zany personalities. His brother Peter, who holds a master's in psychology, says he studied psychology so he could figure Fred out. It's a 1st and goal at the 3. And here's Brooks, and he is in for the touchdown.
Talking about. This was an off-tackle play, but the Bills are not adjusting to the outside. So as soon as Brooks sees to the right of your screen, he's going to see everybody's taken to the inside. There's nobody out here. The corner is run off. Kelso, the safety, is the only guy left to make the play. You have no linebacker out there. You don't have a defensive end out there, and you're relying on a safety to make the play.
James Brooks with his 12th touchdown of the season that leads the AFC. And now here is Jim Breach attempting the point after. The Cincinnati Bengals, with 2 minutes 53 seconds remaining in this first quarter, have taken a 7-0 lead. This drive, 5 plays for 40 yards. Back at Riverfront Stadium, Cincinnati, capacity crowd, just under 60,000 on hand. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. Cincinnati 7, Buffalo nothing. And here's the kickoff from Lee Johnson of the Bengals. It is taken by Ronnie Harmon. Hesitated for a moment. And only able to make his way to the 10-yard line. He had a notion to stay in there and then came out.
I think he thought he was on the line, Marvin. He had to come out with it. He didn't know where his foot was, and he made a major mistake.
Ed Brady on the tackle.
You see his foot here? He's almost on the line, and he reaches, when he looks, he doesn't look down, and I think he thought he was on the line, and then he moves. Now here's James Brooks. I said he does so many things. He runs, he blocks, he catches, but he's also going to try out for the high jumping team because he just went up about 6 feet straight up.
An exhausting way to celebrate for James Brooks. The Bills with Jim Kelly looking at a 1st and 10 from the 10. Kelly in trouble, able to get it away. Sideline pass, incomplete. White on the coverage of Thurman Thomas. We're set for an update. Let's go to Bob Costas. Is this the type of material that you have had to put up with in the studio?
I just left some notes. Here's the end of the play. Thurman Thomas almost makes a super catch, but Kelly was scrambling. It was almost a safety here.
2nd and 10 from the 10, and it's to the ground for Thomas. And the Cincinnati defense coming up very strong here in the first quarter. This the second time, though, that the Bills have started out from their own 10.
There's only so many plays that you can run in this area. And it seems like a dumb statement, but it's not. In the middle of the field, there's a multitude of plays. But down here, you just don't want to make a mistake. So they only have a select few plays, and if they're not working, they're not blocking on the offensive line, you're not going to be able to execute them.
Plus very little room to maneuver. And now Kelly has a 3rd down and 9 from the 11. Off the double pump, able to complete to Reed, but short of the 1st down. Andre Reed, who is having a terrific season, followed out by Eric Thomas. And the Buffalo Bills forced to punt.
Here's Kelly's back in his shotgun. Now take a look at that whole field. They're playing zone defense. And when they see Reed underneath, he's the short man. They know they don't have 10 yards to go. There's White right there. And they just force him out of bounds along with Billups.
So John Kidd now at his 1. Earlier, he was at the goal line.
Great kick.
Puts it high and far, and here's Ira Hillary Excellent coverage by the Bills. Tremendous kick by Kidd. It goes 52 yards. Mark Pike on the coverage for Buffalo with 1:32 remaining in this first quarter.
Phoenix tied up Philadelphia. Miami tied up the Jets.
Well, the Bears leading Green Bay Packers. Kansas City's been a wacky club recently. Victories over Seattle and Cincinnati. The Bengals still smarting from that one. And here's Esiason, first down from the 37. Putting it out there for a first down and additional yardage for Eddie Brown. Brown getting inside the 35. Ray Bentley on the tackle, a 29-yard pass play.
This whole thing starts with that offensive line. They just keep the Buffalo Bills totally out of Boomer Esiason's face, and then you have Leonard Smith trying to cover Brown. Watch the offensive line. Freddie Smerlas, they got Bruce Smith double teamed on the outside. He's going nowhere. Now they got Ickey Woods sitting in there trying to block somebody. He doesn't have to, so he's going to slide out. But the offensive line did a great job. They weren't even close to Boomer.
Bengals first down at the Buffalo 35. Mixing the plays up well. Woods works his way inside the 30. Arch still, the left defensive end on the stop.
Well, here's a situation where now the Buffalo Bills have made an outside adjustment. When they did that, Ickey Woods saw it. He cuts back into the inside and picks up 5.
Time running down in this first quarter. Coming up on 15 seconds remaining. Cincinnati with a record of 9-3. Half game in front of Houston. Houston beating Dallas on Thursday. Buffalo comes in at 11-1. But it's been all Bengals thus far. That's it for the first quarter. Cincinnati 7 and Buffalo nothing. Only a 7-0 ball game. The Bengals on top, but they have dominated the Bills over the course of the first quarter. What does Buffalo have to do to turn things around?
They have to take back the line of scrimmage. They're losing it with their offensive line being beaten by the defensive line, and also their defense, they're not moving off the ball. Cincinnati, they're getting to them consistently. They've got to take control of the line of scrimmage. If they don't do that, Marv, they're going to lose this ball game. And
Buffalo Bills have had only one significant offensive play, that a 21-yard run by the rookie Thurman Thomas. Cincinnati with a 2nd and 5 down at the Bills 30 as we get started in the second quarter. Bengals 7 and the Bills nothing. Esiason thus far 4 for 5, and again to the ground for Woods, who continues to run so well and has another first down. Ickey Woods, 2nd-round draft pick out of Nevada, Las Vegas, has sparked this team in the first quarter.
You look at that, you know, the time of possession we're talking about, it doesn't make any difference unless you score, which Cincinnati did, but -7 yards passing for the Buffalo Bills. Of course, they had that ball either.
And Cincinnati had that opening drive that went 6-20. 11-12 plays, but not able to cash in as they sustained the field goal, went for the 6 and fell short. First down out inside the 20. Again, Woods following Brooks. And gets inside the 15. Scott Radisick playing for the injured Shane Conlon made the tackle.
I'll tell you, Joe Walters is one heck of a football player, and they've been talking about him. Now here's Bruce Smith. They cut him right at the line of scrimmage. That's a tight end, Rodney Holman, that cuts him at the line of scrimmage. But on the other side of the field, number 63, you see Walters in that picture right there, Marv? He runs keep saying Shane Conlon. He runs Cornelius Bennett off the field.
2nd down and 3. 67 yards, 10 carries for Ickey Woods. And we're just underway, second quarter. Play action. Esiason completes to Brooks, and Brooks is in. James Brooks with his 2nd touchdown of the day.
About this young man. Not only can he run with the ball, but also catches it. He becomes a halfback. when you see him roll out here, Ray Bentley, number 50, you don't even see him in your screen, is the man that's trying to cover him. There's no way he can get there in time, and then Brooks gets into the end zone.
13 touchdowns on the season for Brooks, who leads the AFC in that department. In his 8th season out of Auburn, he has bounced back from a disappointing 1987. He had a sensational year in 86. And Breach extends to 14-0, 63 yards, 5 plays. And the Cincinnati Bengals have put up a quick 14 on the Buffalo Bills, who came in #1 in defense in the AFC.
Today's game is brought to you by the new generation of Oldsmobile. Step into the future now at your Oldsmobile dealer. By Apple Computer, giving you the power to be your best in home, school, and business. And by Chanel. It wouldn't be Christmas without Chanel.
1 minute into the second quarter, and the Cincinnati Bengals lead the Buffalo Bills 14-0. Here's the kickoff specialist for the Bengals, Lee Johnson. And Ronnie Harmon on the return. Harmon out to the 29-yard line.
On this touchdown play, watch number 65, Max Montoya. He pulls out. Now he's got a seal to the backside. He not only blocks Graham, but he also blocks Freddie Smirlis. Gives Boomer the time to throw the ball to Brooks. Ends up touchdown.
And remember, going into today, the Bills had allowed 15 points. Only 15 points the last 4 weeks. A quick 14 for Cincinnati. And a quick burst by Thurman Thomas for a first down. And the Bills suffering on first down plays. They've accounted for 3 first down attempts, only 2 yards before Thomas was able to reel it off. Followed out of bounds by Ricky Dixon.
And with that play there, what they're trying to do is to reestablish the line of scrimmage, which you have to do against the Cincinnati Bengals, because if you start letting their defensive linemen make the tackles, it frees up those linebackers to just roam around and do whatever they want to do, even on pass situations.
Buffalo first down at their 40-yard line. And it's Thomas this time stopped. The ball was jarred loose. And let's see, the Bengals feel they have recovered it, and they have. So Cincinnati takes over on the turnover. Tim Crumry, number 69, making the recovery.
Leon White, number 51, makes the play. Here he comes down the line of scrimmage. He gets his hand in and knocks the ball away from Thurman Thomas. Crumry is right there to pick it up. Cincinnati Bengal ball on the 40-yard line.
And the Bengals try to get the play off quickly. First down at the 40. Big rush. Esiason took the hit and nearly completed. And a penalty marker is down. Bruce Smith all over Boomer Esiason. The pass intended for the tight end, Rodney Holman.
There comes Bruce Smith up the middle. They just did not block Bruce Smith on that play. And Anthony Munoz let him go by, and now they're calling, is that a pass interference? I think it is, on Cornelius Bennett.
Minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. It has gone all wrong for the Buffalo Bills, who have won 7 in a row, come in at 11-1. Last week they clinched the AFC East title, the earliest clinching since the NFL went to a 16-game schedule back in 1978. And head coach Marv Levy not a happy man.
See Bruce Smith laying on Boomer. Bruce goes about 280. Boomer said, please get off me.
And Boomer is 6'5", 225. We are still waiting for the call. Apparently they are reviewing it upstairs.
Here's the end of the play where you see Bruce Smith here now.
Further review, the play stands. Pass interference, defense, first down.
I don't know what they were looking at. Were they looking at it was a completed pass?
Buffalo claiming that someone tipped the ball.
This will hurt you.
The ball was not tipped. The ball was not tipped.
And that is the explanation, because that, of course, would have changed the interference call, but the ball was not tipped.
If the ball is tipped, you can't have interference.
And it is Ickey Woods with the short pickup. Cornelius Bennett, Art Still combining on the stop.
Cornelius is going to come in from his outside position and make this play. Ickey Woods sees the hole to the inside. Good stand up in the middle by Art Still, and then he cuts it right back into Cornelius Bennett's arms. But Ickey Woods still picks up 3.5 yards.
Second and about 7. Chris Collinsworth now flanked to the right side. The ball at the Buffalo 33-yard line. Here's Brooks. Trying to follow his blocker, but could not. And he loses on the play. Nate Odom's the right corner. Bumped him out.
You know who makes this play? Darryl Talley, number 56, and he can hardly walk. You see him limping there. He just got into the face of the offensive man, would not let him turn him into the inside, and waited for everyone else to get in on the play.
Hurry-up offense now being utilized by the Bengals. Third down 8 at the 34-yard line. You can see Talley limping. There he is, number 56, as this play concludes.
Never say die.
Esiason looking at the third down play. Lots of time, and it was broken up. Eddie Brown did not hang on. He was covered by Nate Odom.
Can't give Boomer that much time to just stand back there and pick out a receiver, because Brown was open coming across. The ball hits him in the chest. He dropped it.
And Jim Breach checking in now. Boomer not too pleased.
As I said, he hit him in the hands.
Yes.
He dropped it.
Breach has not been one of the more active field goal kickers in the NFL. He has only 10 attempts. He's 8 for 10.
Because they have 48 touchdowns.
And this is a 51-yard attempt. So that is it for the Cincinnati drive. Buffalo will take over, and we'll take a break. Back after this. Coming off the victory over the Dallas Cowboys last week, leading the Buffalo Bills 14-0. We are early second quarter. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. The Bills first down from the 34. And Kelly throwing and completing out at midfield. Jim Kelly with a long gainer, combining with Trumaine Johnson, an 18-yard hookup. Lewis Phillips and Ricky Dixon on the stop.
Kelly has a gun, and as long as you give him some time, look what that offensive line does. And when you have this much time, here comes Trumaine Johnson just playing on the outside. Phillips is trying to stay with him. This ball is right on target, a little bit high, but it was away from the defensive back.
The Bills first down at the Bengal 47-yard line. Here's Thomas. And he is plowed under. Thurman Thomas, who has run well in the first half, this time stopped by Reggie Williams. Cleveland and Washington still no score. Phoenix, Philadelphia tied at 7. Jets and Miami 7 apiece. Chicago Bears leading Green Bay. Pittsburgh over Kansas City. Couple of field goals by Gary Anderson. And Atlanta in front by the score of 3-0. Falcons have won 3 of the last 4 in a it doesn't matter situation as they finish out the season. 2nd and 9. And again the completion. Andre Reed inside the 40, short of the first down. Eric Thomas, the right corner, up to make the hit.
It's a nice find by Kelly, because when he went back to set up, he saw that Eric Thomas fell down, and once he did that, he hit Reed right in the numbers. Take a look at the secondary now. You're going to see Eric Thomas, number 22, on Reed. He goes and he slips and goes down. Kelly finds him, and it's one-on-one coverage. You want that with Reed. looking to see if he got the first down. They're looking at maybe there might have been a late hit there by Joe Kelly, number 58. His helmet would have hit him. They'd have called him for spirit.
They called for the yardsticks. Appears to be about a half-yard short. Andre Reed with his second catch on the day, 60 on the season. He is having a career year. Andre Reed from that outstanding receiver class of 1985. Look at that lineup. Al Toon, Eddie Brown, Jerry Rice, and Andre Reed taken 85th in the draft. Third down play. The crowd to its feet here at Riverfront. And the Bills appear to have picked it up. Rob Riddick, trying the right side, has the first down.
There are no secrets when Riddick comes in the ball game, Marv. Once number 40, Rob Riddick, comes in the game, they're going to give him the ball. They're either going to they're going to hand it to him on a run or try to throw it to him on a pass.
Rob Riddick last week against the Jets, 103 yards, 18 carries, particularly effective in overtime. That was his first carry today. Has a first down at the Cincinnati 36. 5 minutes gone by, second quarter. The Bills trailing Cincinnati 14-0. Kelly going deep and overthrows Trumaine Johnson. Or did he throw it away? Eric Thomas on the coverage.
Crumrye last week against Dallas made the first 8 tackles, and here he is, number 69 in the middle on Kent Hall. Now they're just a little deal, and once they make that deal to the inside, all of a sudden it frees him up. And that was Jason Buck, number 99, that takes the center off him, gets that deal to the outside, and Crumrye can get there, but he didn't have enough time. Kelly got the ball away.
Second and 10 at the Cincinnati 36. The handoff for Thomas. So Thurman Thomas with his 6th carry. He's gone for 36 yards. Had that 21-yard burst earlier. David Grant, nose tackle. Jim Scow, the right defensive end, combining for the tackle. And Buffalo now looking at a 3rd and 8.
Joe Kelly, the linebacker, just hit Jamie Mueller right in the hole and drove him back into Thurman Thomas. Just no place to go.
Roddy Harmon, Rob Riddick in the backfield, but Kelly throwing sideline. It is intercepted. Ricky Dixon, the rookie from Oklahoma, with some fancy footwork. Jim Kelly picked off for the 14th time this season. The pass intended for Trumaine Johnson.
I honestly think, Marv, that he was trying to throw this ball to Chris Burkett, who was deeper than Trumaine Johnson. And when he did that, the ball was thrown short. To the middle of your screen, take a look. You'll see number 85 over on the left now. He is open. Dixon's giving him that cushion. The ball is thrown there, but it's thrown too short. He was behind Dixon. The ball never got there. It's intercepted.
And that is the first career interception for first-round draft pick Ricky Dixon. First down at the 35. And Wood running up across the 40-yard line, running so well. There is Dixon, who is a safety man at Oklahoma, able to switch to cornerback. And a moment ago, picked off Jim Kelly.
Buffalo Bills now have Leon Seals in the ball game, and I think they've taken out Art Still.
It is a second down and 6. And here is Woods, ran into his own man and been able to cut away. What a move by Ickey Woods for another Cincinnati first down, a 13-yard run.
Again, we're looking at something we saw in the first quarter. These plays are designed to go off tackle. He hands the ball to Ickey Woods. Gerald Talley's on the ground. He was flipping off the field. But the hole is not there, so he just turns around and goes back to the other side because of the over-pursuing defense.
Look at these stats. 86 yards, 13 carries for Ickey Woods. first down at midfield. Now Brooks finding the hole.
Marv, that's the third time they've run this play. They're running right off the tackle, and it's working for them.
Phoenix and Philadelphia still tied at 7. Same for the Dolphins and Jets at Giant Stadium. Chicago Bears in front of Green Bay 7-0. Kansas City now taking a 7-6 lead on Pittsburgh, and Atlanta 3-0 over Tampa Bay. Here at Riverfront in Cincinnati, the Bengals 14, the Buffalo Bills 0. Second down 3 at the Buffalo 41. Esiason with the play action. Beautifully executed for Woods, and another first down. A 12-yard pickup. Radisick and Odom making the stop.
Odoms comes in on a play, but he really wasn't covering Ickey Woods. That's not his man. His man was Tim McGee. They ran a little play action pass that time off the same action they had before. Ickey comes out and trying to cover Ickey Woods with a linebacker, Scott Radisick. He just doesn't get there in time because Boomer is dumping the ball quickly.
And you can see the effectiveness of Boomer Esiason. He has pulled back a bit, spreading out his passes, not always going for the big play, dumping it off. First down, here's Brooks. And again, nice hole as he tried the right side. So the combination of Brooks and Woods, plus the good passing of Boomer Esiason, has really kept the Buffalo Bills off balance in this first half.
And when you talk to the coaching staff about Boomer this year, can you believe that? They say he's 100% better quarterback this year than he was a year ago, Marv, because he's so patient. Before he has a great arm, he would try to force the ball because he has excellent receivers. Now what he does is just takes what you're going to give him. If it's a short dump pass, we'll take it. It's exactly what Cincinnati did to the Bills in a preseason game.
Second down, 5 at the 23. The acceleration by Brooks, who took the hit. And we'll have to see where they mark his forward progress. Nate Odoms would not allow the churning James Brooks to unravel.
James Brooks, one of those guys drive you crazy. First you can't see him, and then when he gets in there amongst all that mass of bodies,
nice guy. Hey, he's listed at 5'10", right? He's not 5'10", though.
No, he's not 5'10".
It is a third down and 3. Down at the Buffalo 21. Stanford Jennings now in the backfield. The Bengals doing it statistically and on the scoreboard. They lead 14-0. Short of the first down. Don Graham, inside linebacker out of Penn State, making the hit.
Penn State linebackers all over this Buffalo team. Radisick, Shane Conlon, Graham.
4th and 1. Ryan Blatos, number 74, checking in.
75 reporting.
And we have just received word that Darryl Talley is lost to the Bills for the game. A bruised right thigh. Gave it a shot, but now he is through for the afternoon.
Here go the Bengals again. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They tried that on the goal line, didn't do it. They've got about a half a yard to make here.
And it is Brooks who has it, and more. And it sets a 1st and goal. Radisick able to bump him out. Yes, early in the first quarter, the Bengals passed up the field goal attempt and were not able to score. Down at the 1, Breach did miss a 51-yard attempt, and here they succeed in going for the first down.
You know, when you look at this play, we're looking at it from ground level. If you want to see how to run a sweep perfectly, they did it. They just sealed, the Cincinnati Bengals sealed everything to the inside and just got Brooks to the outside. No one there to stop him except the corner man, and that was Davis.
Now McGee flanked to the right, Brown to the near side, 1st and goal at the 6. And a big hit on Stanford Jennings. Jennings with his first carry of the day, stopped by the nose tackle Fred Sperlis.
Fred Smerlas was just there. He had to be Kozerski, the center, one-on-one, because he was in the backfield when the ball carrier gets the ball. Watch this. No, he's over the guard. I'm sorry. He's over the guard, and he breaks. That's Brian Blados. Just goes by him and picks up Jennings in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Smerlas, the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Last week against the Jets, he blocked that Pat Leahy field goal attempt. 25 seconds left in regulation. Could be headed back to the Pro Bowl. He's been there 4 times in his 10th season out of Boston College. Cincinnati now calling for time with 3:25 remaining in this first half at Riverfront. The Bengals 14, the Bills nothing. We're set to resume following the Cincinnati timeout. Cincinnati with a 14-0 lead on 11-1 Buffalo. The Bills coming in with 7 straight wins. For the Bengals, a chance to move a full game in front of Houston. Oilers knocking off Dallas on Thursday. And Esiason looking at a 2nd and goal from the 8. Esiason off the roll. And now running inside the 5.
They have been so effective with Esiason rolling out to his left. Obviously, he's a left-handed quarterback. But the Buffalo Bills had every single person covered. Great coverage by the defensive secondary. Esiason saw a little gap, picks up about 7 or 8 yards.
And has a 3rd and goal from the 2. Well, optimistic fans of the Buffalo Bills might point out that the Bills trailed the Indianapolis Colts 17-0 earlier this season and won 34-23. But right now, the Bills' defensive unit is banged up. Different story. And Cincinnati has done it again with Ickey Woods. Makes it 20-0.
He's been in there. There's Ickey's stance. I don't understand it, but it's like he's on a bed of hot coal.
Clear to me.
They ran over Anthony Munoz and Reimers. They go to that left side, and they just blew the Buffalo Bills right off the line. Ickey Woods goes in for the touchdown. Now you know why they average, what, 30 a game?
And for Ickey Woods, his 11th touchdown of the season, and that is now a rookie record for the Cincinnati Bengals. He passes by Stan Fritz, a running back out of North Carolina State, who back in 1975 ran for 10. Woods now has 11. And the Bengals have a 21-0 lead over the Bills with 2:36 left first half.
And Marv, what we're looking at is a very, very patient offensive football team. You're looking at Boomer really throwing when he wants to throw, not when he has to. Look at, I talked about Brooks getting a block, or as a blocker, he got an excellent block there. Ickey Woods into the end zone, but they go over Munoz. He is by far their best offensive lineman. But when you talk about Boomer, Marv, he has so much confidence in this football team. This team's always had a great offense. I mean, they've always been able to score. This year, I think their defense is twice as good as it was a year ago. They still bend a lot, but they don't break like they used to.
Well, this season, the Cincinnati offense making the big plays and scoring the points, in contrast to a year ago when they gained much yardage and really looked good in the statistics. And the Bengals last season struggled. Sam Weiss appeared to be in major trouble, with the Bengals going 5-11 despite an offense that ranked number 5 in the NFL. Should say 4-11 last season. And here is Lee Johnson with the kickoff. Again, a terrific kick, and they'll stay right there. So it will come out to the 20-yard line, and Jim Kelly once again will have to start from deep in his territory.
And here is a situation that really Kelly and the offense did not face it that much this year. They now have to make something happen. Offensively, they have to make something happen, because the defense today, they're just not here yet.
Cleveland and Washington still no score. Chicago with that 7-0 lead on Green Bay. A win for Chicago clinches at least a wild card berth. First down from the 20. Kelly able to complete. They give him the short dump-off pass. Ronnie Harmon on the reception for a first down at the 30-yard line. And we have 2:14 remaining. Buffalo in a hurry-up, trying to get off another play before the 2-minute warning. And Kelly going sideline. And let's see what the call is. It is a completed pass by Chris Burkett. Ricky Dixon on the coverage. They moved the chains. Now the clock stopped with 2:04 left in the half.
You know, people look at this stuff with the hurry-up offense, and you say, well, why didn't you do that when you came out of the tunnel? Start it that way. This doesn't work that way. You go with your basic offense. Now you're going from the shotgun hurry-up, and he loves to just throw little short passes to Harmon.
Kelly 5 for 9, 54 yards. Handoff to Riddick, and he runs it out. And that will stop the clock with 2 minutes left in this first half. Cincinnati over Buffalo, 21-0. Second down and 4, and the first down is picked up as Kelly is able to complete again to Riddick. Walker on the stop. The Bills in the hurry-up offense. They have a first down at the Cincinnati 42-yard line. And here's Kelly with the time, and again he has Riddick.
Timeout, Buffalo.
Timeout called by the Bills. Some pushing and shoving between Bengals and Bills. Riddick involved with the timeout. Will step away. 1:35 left in the half. Buffalo and Cincinnati each with 2 timeouts remaining. And in this hurry-up offense drive by the Buffalo Bills, Jim Kelly now 4 for 4 on this particular drive. Overall 7 for 11, 73 yards. He comes in as the second-rated passer in the AFC behind Boomer Esiason. 60-year-old head coach Marv Levy. Paul, like yourself, has his master's in English history from Harvard.
Mine's in French.
Yes. Phi Beta Kappa, graduate of Coe College. Second down, 3 from the 35. Another first down for the Bills. And the same target is Rob Riddick.
They're not even covering Riddick coming out of the backfield, and you've got to know that that's the guy that he likes to throw to. They're trying to play him with a linebacker, and that's not going to work.
First down at the 25, and Kelly heading it away for Harmon, and Harmon reaching out short of the goal line, but it will set a first and goal. Ray Horton with a touchdown saving tackle.
This is an excellent drive because all Kelly did was pick, little drop shots all over the field, and then go for the bomb in the corner to Ronnie Harmon. Horton just can't stay with him. Harmon actually had to wait on the ball. The question is now, did the ball get over the line, or was he out of bounds? He was out of bounds before he had a chance. He did get the ball over the goal line, but he was out of bounds when he did it.
Leonard Burton, number 61, reporting in as a tackle eligible. It's first and goal at the 1. Excellent drive engineered by Kelly, for the most part going with Riddick out of the backfield.
There's a better angle of it, but it's an angle of the ball going over the goal line. But on this one here, you're going to see that Ronnie Harmon is definitely out of bounds now before he reaches the ball over.
They are adjusting the 30-second clock. That's the reason for the official timeout. Carl Byram has come in now in the Buffalo backfield.
It's really deceiving because right there you see the ball is over the goal line and it looks like it, but when you look at the other angle before he put his arm out, he was definitely out of bounds.
Now timeout called by Buffalo. You know, you can look at 10, 12 angles. That's why the whole instant replay situation to me is a farce. Because it depends what angle you look at it, and you could make 6 different interpretations off the replays that we just saw. Timeout has been called with 1:11 remaining.
30-second clock
in this first half, and they are still adjusting the 30 seconds.
To get it to 8 seconds.
30-second clock is correct at 30.
No, it's not correct. Way to go, Bob. Bob Ackerman. He got it straight.
All right, here's another replay.
I think our producer, Kenny Edmondson, wants to show it to everybody.
When we resume, it will be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
There will be some changes made in the offense of Buffalo and their defense at halftime. You can be assured of that.
Riddick and Byram are the running backs. Metzelar's in motion. It is Riddick. Touchdown, Buffalo. Rob Riddick, very instrumental on this Buffalo Bills drive. Gets the Bills on the board with 1:07 remaining first half.
They ran over Joe Devlin and also Tim Vogler on that right-hand side.
A drive engineered by short passes to Riddick out of the backfield. The long gainer for Harmon and the corner. And now Scott Norwood will try to tack on the extra point. The holder, the punter, John Kidd. Cincinnati now leading Buffalo by the score of 21-7. Congratulations to Rob Riddick in his 6th season out of Millersville State in Pennsylvania.
That touchdown is so important to the Buffalo Bills because two things happened. One, they scored 7 points. The other thing is they proved that they can move the ball on the Cincinnati Bengals, which they hadn't been doing all day long. And that gives them the confidence to go back in. I said, wait a minute, we get 7, we can catch these guys at 21. All we have to do is make the adjustments on our defense and slow this team down. And this team has been depending on their defense all year long.
8 plays, 80 yards within the drive. Kelly 6 for 6. And they did it within 1:29.
The only problem is you give the ball back to the Cincinnati Bengals with 2 timeouts and 1:07 to go with Boomer, and I'd be surprised if they sit on it.
And for Scott Norwood, that was his 67th consecutive extra point, and that is a Buffalo Bills club record. Pete Vogelak passed by, you remember, your
Peter, I played
old
the same
teammate.
game with Peter.
Pete Vogelak did it back in 64 and 65.
There goes Burton, 61, gets an excellent block, and Byram goes up in there and gets a great block by the fullback, but Rob Riddick in there. They went off of Devlin and went off that side where the meat is.
Wait a moment, Paul. Was the Buffalo kicking tandem in those days Vogelak and McGuire?
Yes, indeed. Very good one, too, as a matter of fact.
I'm not laughing at you, Paul.
I know you are.
Just at the modesty involved.
We were excellent.
21-7, Cincinnati in front. And this is Stanford Jennings, rather Ira Hillary on the return. Sherman Cocroft making the stop. Cleveland now in front of Washington 3-0 at halftime. Phoenix moving in front of Philadelphia 14-7. The Jets over Miami in the second quarter 17-7. Things opening up 13-7 Pittsburgh. Atlanta now 10-0 over Tampa Bay. First down at the 32. Dumping it off to Woods. He tried a circle route.
Well, he actually had 6 yards picked up. They were all over Boomer. I mean, he had to just dump the ball to Ickey Woods. He was upfield and then lost 5. Had to go the other way, Ickey.
End result, 3-yard advance. Second down and 7. And again, the short flip to Woods. Right at the marker. Ray Bentley, the inside linebacker, made the stop. And timeout has been called with 28 seconds remaining to the half. Coming up at halftime, NFL Live back at our studios in Manhattan, including Frank DeFord checking out weather conditions in your hometown, Buffalo, New York.
I don't want to hear anything about the weather. And I would tell you yesterday...
You're so defensive.
No, I'm not. I want to explain something to you. Yesterday, I called a friend of mine who's a sportscaster in Buffalo, Rick Azar. And he wasn't home. You know where he was? Playing golf. It was 64 degrees in Buffalo yesterday. They could play today if they wanted to play. It's a little windy, that's all. But it's beautiful. This guy's just escaped from somewhere, didn't he?
And here in Cincinnati, mild conditions, temperature in the 50s. They did expect snow. Now they say it may come tomorrow. It has been raining from time to time, but I think we're fortunate in what has taken place here.
And it's warmer in Buffalo today than it is here in Cincinnati. Let me get that in also.
First down at the 42 with 28 seconds remaining on the half. And Esiason again with a dump off to Woods. Clock is running. Cincinnati does have one timeout remaining. Trying to get to the sideline to stop the clock. Now the clock is stopped. 10 seconds left in the half. And when we resume, it will be a third down and about 4, but only 10 seconds left in the half. What a half for Ickey Woods. 88 yards on the ground, make it 28 yards receiving. Boomer Esiason in the first half is 9 for 12, 109 yards, and he has mixed the plays up so effectively.
4 wide receivers in the game.
And Boomer goes to the center of the field. The time has run out off that reception by Ira Hillary. It goes for 31 yards, but that will do it. So at halftime, the Cincinnati Bengals dominating the Buffalo Bills. They lead 21-7. NFL Live halftime activities will continue after these. In the lineup, it is unlikely that we'll see Conlon if the Bengals stay on top. This kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. Darryl Talley out the rest of the way because of a bruised thigh. Derek Burrows did not go today with that ankle injury and a bruised jaw. The kickoff from Lee Johnson. And this is Flip Johnson on the return. Flip Johnson, the first-year player from McNeese State, spent last year on IR because of a knee injury. Ed Brady made the stop.
Every single drive, Marv, is an important drive, but this is especially important for the Buffalo Bills. They did move the ball one time in the first half, but that was at the end of the half. Now they're going right back to their basic offensive game plan, and they got to make it work.
First down from the 18, and Kelly completes. Short pickup. So Kelly hooking up with Andre Reed. And it sets a 2nd and 5 to the 23, and here are the Bills in a hurry-up.
I said that you can't use it the whole game. That was they can't. They're doing it.
And it's Riddick short of the first down. Rob Riddick, a favorite target of Jim Kelly on that splendid drive to close the second quarter. Zander and White making the stop. Up front, Kent Paul, the center, Jim Richer, and Tim Vogler are the guards. Joe Devlin, Will Wolford are the tackles. And they are calling for the yardsticks.
And it gives Cincinnati a chance to change their defense and get back into their nickel package because the Bills came out actually with 5 receivers. They had Chris Burkett in there. They had Andre Reed in there. Trumaine Johnson was in there. Now the Bills are going to go back to their basic offense again. They've got Cincinnati. They're going to have to make another change. Little cat and mouse game going on.
It will be 3rd and inches. From the 27. Byram and Riddick, the running backs. Kelly has connected on 8 in a row. He is 11 for 15 overall. We're just underway, 3rd quarter. And the Bills trailing the Bengals 21-7. to the ground for Riddick. And he has the first down and additional yardage. Rob Riddick in that slashing style, stopped by Reggie Williams and Eric Thomas.
Rob Riddick runs like Eric Collins his last name. And look at Kelly. He's confident. You know he's not going to pass the ball. He didn't button his chin strap, so he's just ready to hand the ball off.
What an indication, yes.
Yeah, it shows you right now. I'm going to just hand it off to Riddick and let him go. But Riddick with great leg drive. And again, he plays every single play like it's his last. And he loves this game.
15-yard pickup and a first down at the 43, but a timeout called by Cincinnati. Minute and a half in, third quarter.
Today's game is brought to you by Honda, who invites you to test drive the Accord Coupe at your local Honda dealership today. By United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies. And by Murata Fax Machines, built for the most important business in the world, yours.
The Buffalo Bills first down from their 43. They're trailing Cincinnati 21-7. Well, Marv Levy feels that the Bills would have to run it 30 times for his club to be successful. Far off the mark, but here's Thurman Thomas with a gorgeous run. So Thomas with a big gainer. He goes for 28. In the first half, he had a 21-yard run.
Just not stopping at all and running the football. If he wants to run it 30 times and they can get this kind of production, then you do it. Thurman Thomas is running. Byram, number 35, gets an excellent block there. Thomas goes back inside. Now, we saw a lot of this in the first quarter. Missed tackles, but he keeps his feet moving all the time. Breaks to the outside, switches the ball over into the hand that he's supposed to, away from the defensive man, picks up a first down.
First down at the Cincinnati 29, and it's Thomas again. Put the brakes on. And a short pickup. Carl Zander, the inside linebacker, on the stop of Thomas, the rookie from Oklahoma State. Last season, teamed with a fellow by the name of Barry Sanders. And Sanders actually played behind Thomas. Thomas's teammates have been all over in recent weeks saying, how could you have been in front of Barry Sanders?
Well, that's why he's so good this year, Sanders, because he rested all of last year.
8 carries, 66 yards for Thomas. Second and 9 at the 28. And Kelly completes short of the first down. Tremaine Johnson stopped by Eric Thomas. Well, coming up, a full lineup of college bowl games. January the 2nd, Notre Dame and West Virginia in the Fiesta. That will be for number 1. Miami and Nebraska in the Orange Bowl. And in the Hall of Fame Bowl, LSU and Syracuse. Right here on NBC.
You know, one guy we really have not mentioned his name except for recovering a fumble is Tim Crumrye. He's playing over Ken Hall, the center, and he's doing a job on Crumrye.
Of course, Cincinnati's defensive unit has not been on the field that frequently. Here's Riddick. So Riddick moves the chains. A Buffalo first down and a good-looking drive here by the Bills. Crumrye in on that stuff of Riddick.
That's downfield. That time, I was looking at Ken Hall. He just turned him back to the inside. He was totally out of the play.
Washington now leading Cleveland 7-3. Phoenix with a 14-7 lead. Chicago 7-0 over Green Bay. Pittsburgh still in front. Atlanta now 10-3 over Tampa Bay. Again to the ground. It is Thomas. Thomas to the 12-yard line. Scow, the right defensive end. Fulcher, the strong safety, on the stop.
I told you they have to establish that line of scrimmage. Now, Reggie Williams, 57, is there. Pete Metzelaars, number 88, the tight end, just taking him down the line of scrimmage. If Reggie Williams is going to go outside, Pete Metzelaars says, okay, well, I'll take you that way. It opens up the hole. It forces Thomas to go inside, but he still picks up 4 yards.
5 minutes gone by. Third quarter, Buffalo controlling the ball. And again, Thomas driven back the other way. Short pickup. Crumrye, along with the Clinton and Scow combining on the tackle.
See what happens when you mention the guy's name? Now, Frumry that time comes in and makes the tackle. He's listening, paying attention. Thomas going to try to cut back inside. When he does, number 69, Frumry right there, picks him up, puts him back.
Coming up the 10th play of this drive. Kelly has passed only 3 times, and he has hit on his last 9. 3 passes, 6 running plays on this 10-play drive. And Kelly throws end zone, and it's intercepted. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. The pass intended for Andre Reed, and it's David Fulcher with his 4th interception of the season, coming off a standout game last week against Dallas.
And Kelly has Rob Riddick at first down situation. Fulcher's just reading Kelly's eyes. He was not playing Andre Reed, the man. He was playing the ball. You'll see Fulcher 33 come in, but you're also going to see, I think, Rob Riddick. He'll come across in the middle, and he's standing up on the right-hand side of the screen. You didn't see it. He's on the right-hand side of the screen, and he's open at the first down marker. Kelly decided he's going to force it in. Fulcher looking in his eyes. Interception, Cincinnati ball.
That has been the flaw in Jim Kelly's game. His first couple of years in the NFL, he cut down on that when he's intercepted for the 2nd time today. The ankle tackle by Ray Bentley on James Brooks. So Cincinnati taking over, coming off a terrific first half. Look at that first half call of the Bengals. No turnovers. They did not punt at all, and no penalties called against Cincinnati, and the end result, a 21-7 lead.
21-7. They were down on the 2-yard line, going for it on 4th down. It could be even more.
2nd and 9 at the 21. Esiason in trouble, able to get it away, and completes for the first down to the tight end, Rodney Holman. It's an 18-yard advance for Holman, his 3rd catch of the day.
Boomer Esiason, I know he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, because if he did, he would have been able to see Cornelius Bennett coming right behind him, and all Boomer did was just step up inside. When he did that, Cornelius Bennett ran right by him. He found Holman. In the screen, here comes 55 Bennett. Right here, he's in the backside. And watch what he does. He moves up. There's an excellent block in the offensive line by Joe Walter. Boomer steps up, hits Holman, first down.
Ball at the Cincinnati 38. Right ahead move by Jennings. And the gang tackle by the Buffalo Bills. Stanford Jennings in his 5th season. Out of Furman, a reliable all-around player as a runner, receiver, special teams man. 8:56 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Cincinnati 21 and Buffalo 7. A reminder to our viewers, we'll be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of the game. Esiason now 11 for 14, 159 yards, 1 touchdown. 2 touchdowns scored by James Brooks. The other on a pass to Ricky Woods. And here's Woods. Ray Bentley able to stack him up, along with Bruce Smith.
Ray Bentley just played. That's the 2nd play out of the last 3 that Bentley has made. Ray Bentley was there and not overrunning the play now. Here's Bruce Smith, number 78. He's right there. They move him to the outside. The guy that fills is Bentley. Just heads up tackle. Woods, no chance to go anywhere.
It is a 3rd and 5 at the 43. Brooks in motion. And Esiason again just got it away, and it's ruled incomplete. Eddie Brown. Wait a moment. It is ruled complete. Eddie Brown caught it inbounds and then was bumped out.
Talk about the heat being on now. They're double teaming Bruce Smith again. Then they just ran a blitzing linebacker, Bentley up inside. Boomer gets the ball off. Eddie Brown, total concentration, inbound, first down. And he just did get it off.
And a first down to at the Buffalo 45, 7:45 remaining. Third quarter. Play action. Esiason with time. Again goes sideline and completes to Tim McGee. But a penalty marker is down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 59 defense. Floated ahead.
The personal foul called on Don Graham.
Watch who blocks Bruce Smith. Brooks. Brooks is blocking Bruce Smith. And then there's the hit right there. He hits him in the head with his right hand, and that is a personal foul. I tell you, Brooks is a good blocker. Huh?
Not bad for 5'10" as he's listed. 182 pounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 59 defense. Half the distance. First down.
Yes, Smith goes 6'4", 285. Man with tremendous explosion off the ball.
7:34.
And that the first catch for Tim McGee. It's a 17-yard pass play plus the penalty.
That will be in Brooks's highlight film, his own highlight film.
He's had a pretty good one today. 2 touchdowns. One on a 3-yard run, making it 17-0. 13-yard touchdown pass made it 14-0. And then Woods on a 2-yard run, capping off a drive to extend to a 21-0. Jim Kelly leading the Bills up the field in quickie fashion the final 2 minutes of the first half, and that's the way we stand. 21-7, first down at the 13 for Esiason. Pass intended for the tight end, Coleman.
You know, Marv, on that last drive of the Buffalo Bills, you get kind of idea what kind of season it is. And they are 11-1. But the Buffalo Bills have been inside the 20-yard line. We'll talk about this in a second. Now, here we go again. Bruce Smith against Anthony Munoz. Munoz just rides him back to the outside. Smith has no chance whatsoever trying to make a turn. The ball was overthrown. They had the ball 43 times this year inside the 20. And coming out of that, 16 touchdowns and 20 field goals.
Second and 10 at the 13. Off the draw, Brooks for a couple. Bentley and Still combined to make the tackle. Cincinnati 9-3, half game in front of Houston. They are 5-0 here at Riverfront. And they have, including today, 3 of their final 4 at home, and they've won here by lopsided scores. Next week they're home for San Diego, then they play at Houston in a major confrontation, and then home to close against the Redskins.
Here's me a roll Boomer out of there again. Get him out, get him moving.
3rd and 7. And he pulled a strike. Ickey Woods on the reception between Bentley and Bennett.
You really have to put this ball right on target. Ickey Woods comes down the middle. Boomer is looking to the outside. He's always aware of where Smith is. And at the last second, he sees Ickey Woods right between 2 linebackers and fires the ball in there. This is a first down. But watch it. There's Bentley 50, Bennett 55. They're right there. That's a perfect pass.
It's a 1st and goal at the 3. Brooks, the lone defense, 10th play of the drive. And it is Brooks on the side. He took a wallop as he is stopped short.
Kelso.
Hit by Kelso and Bentley. Well, Washington now leading Cleveland 10-3. Cleveland 2 games behind Cincinnati coming into today. Washington a game behind the Giants, Eagles, and the Cardinals. Jets and Miami in another wild affair. Chicago maintaining only that 7-0 lead on Green Bay. Pittsburgh over Kansas City. Tampa Bay and Atlanta now tied at 10. Now Woods and Brooks in the backfield. Ickey Woods with his 2nd touchdown of the day.
And what a great block by James Brooks to the outside. They sealed the inside with Munoz and Reimers, and then Brooks blocks out the linebacker, I believe, and the hole was there.
Demonstration foul against the offense will be penalized on the kickoff.
Demonstration foul. Right to your screen. There comes Brooks. That's Odoms. I'm sorry, I thought it was a linebacker. He blocks Odoms out. Once he does that, it's touchdown.
Number 30 on the foul. Number 30.
Come on, Icky. They must not like his dance. McElwee doesn't like your dance, Icky.
That is the Icky Woods shuffle, which we saw earlier, and this time he was hit for it. And here is Breach. So Jim Breach puts it through. Icky Woods adding to his rookie club touchdown record as you take a look at the Icky shuffle. Well, a different story today for the Buffalo Bills, who had been nearly invincible the last 4 games against Jets, Miami, Seattle, and Green Bay. But the Cincinnati Bengals, with the #1 offense in the NFL, having no problem with Buffalo's defensive unit.
Yeah, but again, and it's not an excuse, because I know the Buffalo Bills, they don't want one. You're playing without 3 of your starters. They are the best defensive team in the AFC, #2 in the National Football League. And when you're missing 3 great players, you've got a problem.
Here's the kickoff from Lee Johnson. And as Rob Riddick on the return, that's a good pop as he crossed the 30-yard line. Here is the Icky shuffle. Apparently the coaching staff told him not to do this for fear of penalty during the Dallas game, and he stayed away from it. And the mood was just right, apparently, here today.
They wanted him to stop because of embarrassment. That's a bad dance. The man has no rhythm here. I'm talking. His legs and knees are too stiff.
Timeout call. We'll be right back. Well, if the NFL season ended after week 12, it would be Buffalo, Cincinnati, the LA Raiders as the division champs headed to the playoffs with Houston and New England, the wild card teams. But much can change these next 4 weeks.
That's going to change.
Yes.
It's not going to affect Buffalo, because they can just still go on in their last 3 games against the Raiders, Tampa Bay, and then they finish in Indianapolis, can still lock up the home field advantage in the playoffs.
If they are able to come from way back here today, a win would mean home field advantage throughout the playoffs based on head-to-head meetings. Conference record. Last week the Bills did clinch at least 1 home playoff game. First down at the 32 for Jim Kelly. And he has Harmon, who broke a tackle, battling for the marker but not able to get there. Now we're set for an update. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad. All right, Ahmad, 4:36 remaining 3rd quarter here at Riverfront in Cincinnati. The Bengals 28, the Bills 7. And as you can see, it is just short of a first down. Kelly is now 13 for 18, 132 yards, but meaningless statistics because the Bills have produced 1 touchdown. That's been it.
He's doing the same thing that Boomer Esiason is doing. He's just picking his way down the field and hitting the backs coming out of the backfield, the short passes. But when you're down by 21 points, you've got to get there in a hurry. You've got to get downfield in a hurry. You can't pick and choose.
Romaine Johnson flanked to the near side, bottom of your screen. He goes the other way, though. And again, the completion to Ronnie Harmon. Good open field move by Harmon, brought down by Thomas and Smith. 22-yard pickup.
They're trying to cover Ronnie Harmon with Darryl Smith, number 25. And the Bills are in another hurry-up offense. They're moving the ball down the field. They've got to score. Remember, every time they get inside the 20, they have more field goals than they have touchdowns.
4th catch of the day for Harmon. First down at the Cincinnati 37. Kelly got the time, going sideline, threw it away. Johnson in the area, along with Horton, providing the coverage.
That time the rush was on, but Kelly stayed in there, and it did really throw the ball away. Look at Miami.
Well, the Dolphins and the Jets usually end up with shootouts. That's the case in their earlier meeting. Washington still in front of Cleveland, 10-3. And everything else the same. Green Bay holding Chicago in check, still 7-0 in the third. 2nd and 10 at the 37. On the line today, that 7-game win streak by the Buffalo Bills. Their only loss back in week 5, losing to the Bears in Chicago. Kelly sacked after he lost the handle. Darryl Smith able to get to Kelly, but a penalty marker is down.
The ball was dropped by Kelly, and they ran that blitz with the safety blitz. This time they didn't have Darryl Smith in coverage. They just let him go, and Kelly never saw him. First of all, a drop ball. Then he had his back.
Play of the game against the defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, hitting while the whistle's being blown on 25, 5-15.
And that is Darryl Smith, so the whistle was being blown, but Smith continued at Kelly.
Well, everybody else has continued also. I mean, I don't understand the play. If everybody's moving, why didn't somebody else stop? We're not seeing any other movement towards stopping. Everybody's in there making the plays.
And Sam Weish not happy about it. Talking with the head linesman.
First of all, they called delay a game on the defense. Now, they called delay a game. Everybody's still blocking. Everybody's in movement here. The flag is down. Now, no one stopped. You see, Devlin's still carrying through his block, so no one heard the whistle. How can you pick out one guy and say he didn't hear the whistle? That's a bad call.
So Darryl Smith called for the personal foul. 1st and 10 at the 22 for Buffalo. Kelly going incomplete. Intended for Harmon. Covered by Smith.
He had Harmon open again. Harmon's just turning Smith all over the place. And I'd keep going to Harmon. That time they tried to almost double up with Fulcher back there because Smith can't stay with Ronnie Harmon.
And it's a 2nd and 10 at the 22. 3:49 remaining. Third quarter from Riverfront in Cincinnati. Mild rainy day, temperature 48 degrees. The Bengals with a 28-7 lead on the Buffalo Bills. And Kelly able to complete. Nice catch by Trumaine Johnson with Lewis Phillips all over him. Hurry-up offense being attempted here by the Bills. For a 3rd down and 5. Kelly got the protection, incomplete through the hands of Harmon. Darryl Smith and David Fulcher on the coverage. Smith shaken up.
Fulcher hit Smith and just drilled him. He was going to try to hit Harmon and missed Harmon and hit his own man. Kelly's coming right down the middle with this one. And here comes Fulcher in there. Look at this. He hit his own man.
Oh. So they're checking out Darryl Smith, and we'll take a timeout. Rice still upset about that controversial call a moment ago, but now Buffalo 4th down and 5, and it's a 1st down with Harmon inside the 10. Tackled by Horton. So Ronnie Harmon, a favorite target of Jim Kelly on this drive, has the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 9. There's Darryl Smith, apparently all right after he was shaken up a moment ago. Smith in his 2nd year from North Alabama. Kelly again with time. Incomplete. He tried to drill it through. Pass intended for Rob Riddick. Thurman Thomas.
I don't understand. I know that there was a mix-up in the offensive formation because you're going to see 2 receivers in the same spot. Now, Riddick goes down, and I think Andre Reed, number 83, is also there. There they are, the 2 of them together. The ball hits Riddick in the hand. He just dropped it.
2nd and goal from the 9. And now Kelly drills it home for Harmon. And a touchdown for the Bills. to the little dance by Harmon.
Vulture wants to know. He's talking to him. He said, hey, isn't that a penalty? Harmon danced. They played catch all the way down this drive between Ronnie Harmon and Jim Kelly. How to get him one-on-one on that defensive back, and they just could not stay with Harmon. He was wide open. Excellent read by Kelly.
Yes, the Bengals making the point if Ickey Woods on his touchdown was hit with a demonstration penalty, why not Ronnie Harmon, who was not as demonstrative, but certainly went through the motions.
They got Ickey's just for bad dances.
So, the Bills with their second score of the day now trail 28-14.
Kelly back into shotgun, and he's just going to, he looks at him all the way to Ronnie Harmon, number 33. Leo Barker, number 53, the linebacker, tried to get there, but Harmon was wide open. They just played catch.
Fourth touchdown of the season for Harmon. 9 plays, 68 yards. 2 minutes, 13 seconds, the time of the drive. So the Bills kind of hanging around, but they have not yet shown they can stop the Cincinnati offense. The kickoff by Norwood, taken by Stanford Jennings. Out to the 20. To the 23-yard line, and a flag is down.
That flag came from back at the 50-yard line and landed at the 25, which was a 25-yard throw.
Nice toss.
Nice toss. Didn't hit anybody.
It's against Cincinnati. Carlton Bailey on the stop of Stanford Jennings.
Holding, number 90, offense on the return. 10 yards, first down.
Emmanuel King called on the penalty. So the Bengals will start out from their 11, 2.5 remaining in this third quarter. Cincinnati with Bruce Kazerski at center, Max Montoya, Bruce Reimers at the guards, Anthony Munoz, Joe Walter at the tackles. Now they're spotted at the 13th, first and 10. Cincinnati from its 13. 81 Brown in motion. And a very tough man to bring down. Ickey Woods has had a sensational day. Carlton Bailey, outside linebacker, did make the stop.
I still got to believe that they're trying to run it off tackle here. There's Munoz coming down on Smith. Smith trying to get a piece of him, but he's also get double teamed. When I see these plays working, they're designed to go to the left here, but I think they told Ickey once that hole is out there, come right on back to the inside.
Back to the live action, 2nd and 1, and Esiason with the short completion to Brooks and has the first down. Ickey Woods, 17 carries, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. First down at the 26.
Again, the surprising thing is that the Buffalo Bills, again, they lost 3 of their starting defensive players, but they haven't really been able to slow down Cincinnati, let alone stop them.
Collinsworth flanked to the right at the bottom of your screen, and Brown in the slot. First down at the 26. Woods going over the 100-yard mark, reaching out to the 32. Carlton Bailey again on the tackle.
And Marv, when you get 5 to 6 yards on first down, it really puts the pressure on the defense, because now the offense can do anything that they want to do. It's a passing situation, it's a running situation. They can put some screens in, which we have not seen one of those today. We have not seen a draw play today.
Just the basics, as you pointed out at the start. Now Collinsworth flanked to the left. 2nd down, 4. Woods in motion. Play action. Esiason incomplete. Hard hit by Leonard Smith on the tight end, Rodney Holman.
Graham just ran into a wall. Max Montoya pulled out and cut Graham right in half. Number 65 is Montoya. Graham's coming across. He lets Ickey Woods go by, and watch him disappear. That's Max Montoya. Bam!
38 seconds remaining. Third quarter. 3rd down, 4 from the 32 in Cincinnati territory. Look out.
Joe Walter.
Yes, Joe Walter, the right tackle, drawing the Bills offside. In terms of the playoff race, this a setup game for Cincinnati, one that can put the Bengals on the verge of clinching a postseason berth or make them face a major game in Houston in 2 weeks. If Cincinnati wins today, it can clinch at least a wild card playoff spot with a win over San Diego next week here in Cincinnati. Whether the Bengals win or lose, they can win the AFC Central by defeating San Diego next week and then winning in Houston. But if the Bengals should lose today, the Oilers can clinch the AFC Central with back-to-back victories at home over Pittsburgh next week. And then by beating Cincinnati. Esiason getting away from Smith, but he is ruled in the grasp. Grasp and control. First sack of the day. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad. Samad Bruce Smith with his 8th sack of the season, first of the day for Buffalo, and the Bills stop the Cincinnati drive.
And one thing about this Buffalo Bill team, they may be minus 3 guys on that defense, but this team never quits, and that's why they're 11-1.
Well, first punt of the day for Scott Fulhay. And here's Flip Johnson on the return. Good coverage on the Bengals with time running down in this third quarter. Penalty marker also thrown. 45-yard punt and a 3-yard return. Carl Zander leading the coverage. We're down to 3 seconds left in this third quarter.
A lot of discussions today. You know that? A lot of discussions.
5-yard face mask foul. Added it to the end of the play. 5 yards. First down.
Right at the end of this play, right here, you're going to see. But that's not face mask. He was actually on the top of the helmet. Never touched the face mask.
Not exactly seeing it the same way as they are seeing it down on the field.
Let's see the Bills' first sack now. Bruce Smith is the guy that gets in on the boomer. We're going to follow Bruce all the way. Here he comes. He makes a move to the outside. Fred Smerlas takes on 2 people, and Bruce Smith breaks through. Good defensive play.
And back to the live action. Riddick with another flag down as time runs out in this third quarter. Paul, you've been very testy today.
It's getting ugly.
And this one against Buffalo.
Gave one back.
Time has run out in this third quarter.
Holding number 85, offense. 10 yards.
Called on Chris Burkett. So that is the end of the third quarter here in Cincinnati. The score, Cincinnati Bengals 28, Buffalo Bills 14. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Director John Gonzalez, producer Ken Edmondson, obviously not able to find anything else from a creative point of view.
That's them. They're not in the truck.
Searching the stands as we get underway here. Fourth quarter, first down and 20. And again, Kelly able to complete to Riddick. Rob Riddick with his 5th catch of the day. Leo Barker on the stop, the gain of 8. It will be a second down and 12. And again, the Bills go to a hurry-up. They are trailing Cincinnati 28-14. Kelly getting the time and able to complete for the first down. Tremaine Johnson has picked it up.
I'll be going back with this team on the plane back to Buffalo, and I'll tell you right now, those are going to be some tired offensive players.
17-yard pickup. First down at the 35. And Kelly going deep. Touchdown, Buffalo. Andre Reed with a spectacular catch. Doing it right in the face of Eric Thomas. 35-yard touchdown. So the Bills, who have been hanging around, now trail 28-20.
Oh, yeah, this team does not quit. I think this team really came of age when they played the Indianapolis Colts, and they were behind 17-0 and came back and won that ball game. It gave this team, I really thought it gave this team character. They just won't quit.
Scott Norwood will attempt the extra point. He is 26 for 26 on the season.
Well, what they're doing is they're looking to see if Andre Reed actually got into the end zone. He does. There's no question about it. There he is. He's got the ball, and he falls in the end zone. The defensive back falls on top of him. That's Eric Thomas, number 22. But Andre Reed is in the end zone. Right there, it's clear, and he has the ball.
They are checking out the instant replay.
It's good.
Checking whether he had possession. He looked to be bobbling it.
Here's where he goes back to the end zone, and the ball is right on the line. It's touchdown. Of course, I'll probably be wrong.
Which has occurred from time to time. There's Andre Reed. And a look at the replay booth.
Tom Kelleher.
Yes, Tom Kelleher checking it out. Andre Reed, a man who has shown he can get deep. Although the Bills have not gone in that direction. He's the number 3 man in receptions in the AFC. Andre Reed with 4 catches on the day for 54 yards. And Jim Kelly is now 20 for 29, 235 yards. The judgment here concerns whether Reed did have possession as he crossed the plane of the goal line. If he did not, according to the replay official, the ball would be placed outside of the goal line, and it will be a 1st and goal for the Buffalo Bills.
It'll be touchdown. The question is, was he down? Was he down before? The other thing too is this. He was bobbling the ball, right? But he did come up with the ball inside the end zone, so he actually didn't even make the catch until he was in the end zone. So they got to call a touchdown. Watch it here. Well, Andre Reed is bobbling the ball. It comes back into his hand. There it is. Honest.
The ball is a foot short of the goal line.
Well, as you called it, Paul, no touchdown.
The thing about it is he doesn't really make the catch until he is in the end zone. He is bobbling the ball. There's the ball and moving it back into his arm, coming across. It's laying on his stomach.
That's a tough call there. Looking at it, very, very tough call. And the ruling here is that he did not have possession as he crossed the goal line. So they place it outside the goal line, and it will be a 1st and goal for the Bills.
Hard leaving looking like, what do we have to do?
They roll them down inside the 1. Metzelars in motion. And the Bills are in. Rob Riddick takes it home. And some extracurricular activity as Riddick was celebrating. And a flag is down.
And it may be on Reggie Williams, number 57.
Touchdown is good. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. 57 defense will enforce on the kickoff.
It is Reggie Williams, the outside linebacker, who reacted to the celebration of Riddick.
Try to stop the celebration.
And now Cincinnati with a 28-20 lead. And Scott Norwood will come on.
Touchdown is good. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. 57 defense. Grounding a man after the whistle. That'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Most importantly, though, Marv, is it's going to be 28-21 after this extra point. And there's still 14 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
So Norwood, who has hit on 68 consecutive point afters, a franchise record that he established earlier today, has put it through again. So the Bills have come back. They are now down by only 7, 28-21, with a minute gone by in the 4th quarter.
Today's game is brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks, including the all-new Mazda MPV. By Michelob, one taste will tell you why the night belongs to Michelob. And by Samsonite, our strengths are legendary.
Marv Albert, Paul McGuire back at Riverfront in Cincinnati. The Bengals 28 and the Bills 21. So Rob Riddick ran it in following that controversial call on the Andre Reed reception. One official, incidentally, made the judgment that Reed was in. Another said he was down at the 1. They checked the replay, and it was seen as inconclusive. So they downed it just inside the 1-yard line.
Jim Riggs went back and signaled fair catch, which you're allowed to do on the kickoff, and they get the ball at the 10. 87, right in the middle of your screen. You see his hand? That signals fair catch. Now he makes the catch, and they can't run with the ball. You can't go anywhere.
Riggs, one of the up men, a backup tight end, called the fair catch. So that is where the Bengals start out. 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Brooks in motion. This is Woods. And he's hit for a loss. Ickey Woods stopped. And suddenly the Buffalo defense tightening up.
Yes, they are. Look at this.
In the 4th quarter, Redskins leading the Browns 13-10. Big game for both clubs in the AFC Central. Cincinnati half game in front of Houston. Houston being Dallas Thanksgiving Day. Cleveland at 7-5. They are in a battle for a wild card spot. 2nd down play. Esiason on the roll, throwing sideline. And it is ruled a completion to McGee.
Almost sacked in the end zone for a safety. Bruce Smith was there. Got his arm on Boomer, but Boomer broke loose. He got to the outside and finds McGee. Bruce Smith coming up the field inside. Right there, grabs Boomer. He gets away, sees McGee, and look where he puts the ball. Right on a line, right on the sideline.
19-yard pass play. 2nd catch of the day for McGee, who was just inbound. And here's Brooks trying to make the turn and bumped out. Oh, right into the marker. Hit by the combination of Cornelius Bennett and Carlton Bailey.
Carlton Bailey just drilled Brooks as he was coming up the... Number 54 is going to come into your picture, and that's Carlton Bailey, and hits Brooks right here. Now, Brooks standing on the sideline, you must pay attention or you will get drilled yourself.
It's been a strong game for Bailey, rookie from North Carolina last week, a standout on special teams. 2nd down, 10 at the 29. Get on the roll. Incomplete. Eddie Brown in the area.
Cornelius Bennett was right there, and I mean, he drilled Boomer Esiason, and they're going to call in the grasp on this play that he was hit.
So Bennett gets credit for a sack as Cincinnati goes into the hurry-up. 3rd down and 10. Buffalo try to make situational substitutions. Do they have 11 players on? Yes.
Linemen are trying to get the people to be quiet so they can get the call.
8.5 sacks for Bennett this season. 2nd sack of the day for Buffalo. 3rd down, 17. Esiason stepping up and goes incomplete. He overthrew Brown. Another good defensive series by the Bills. Eddie Brown covered by the cornerback Wayne Davis. Filling in for the injured Derek Burrows.
And that man going off the field, he got to Boomer. He got to him a little bit late. He runs around to the outside, Bruce Smith. Never stops. Look at this. And he finally gets to Boomer at the last second. These guys just don't know how to quit.
Only the 2nd punt of the day for Scott Fulhag, 2nd-year player from Kansas State. Back at his 9-yard line. Big rush. And it's Flip Johnson playing the hop. Nowhere to go. 42-yard punt. Short return of 2. 12 and a half remaining. Fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
Sacked by Cornelius Bennett, number 55 on Boomer Esiason, number 7. And they call this in the grass. Now Boomer's going back to pass. He throws. They called that a sack. There's been some questionable calls here today, at best.
Some of which you have disagreed with.
Yes, and I disagree with that one also.
What a tremendous turnaround by the Buffalo Bills. They've come from way back, and suddenly they are controlling the line of scrimmage.
This is all they had to do, is just control the line of scrimmage, because Kelly can get the ball there.
And Kelly on first down completes to Harmon. And a first at the 38. Ronnie Harmon on the catch. Darrell Smith with the stop, and this will give you an idea of how the Bills have turned it.
They turn around and get their defense back on track, shut down the Cincinnati Bengals, and now they're moving the offense.
And a 2nd and 3 completion to Riddick, and another Buffalo first down. 3 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Buffalo trailing by 7, 28-21.
This is so beautifully executed by the Buffalo Bills, because all they're doing is hitting the backs coming out of the backfield, and then every now and again they'll go downfield for the big play.
Riddick on the fumble, recovered by the Bengals, and a big play for Cincinnati.
They'll review this when Riddick thinks he was down.
Play has been blown dead, and again, tempers flaring.
That's Jim Kelly on the bottom of that pile.
Lewis Phillips on the recovery, but the question is, did Rob Riddick make the catch? Was it a completed pass?
Sam Weiss wants on the field again. The players are restraining him. Eric Thomas and Kelly went after him. All right, here's Riddick. He's coming across, just setting up to run a 5-yard play. Now he breaks the tackle here.
Oh, he had no question.
He breaks the tackle here, and he's downfield. Now the ball is coming out. This is a fumble. He is not down. Now, I don't know what Kelly was doing at the end, but he ended up with Eric Thomas on the ground somewhere. Here it is again. A good play by Riddick, and he's moving the ball well, but once you get an arm comes in right there and just strips the ball away, it is definitely a fumble.
And Phillips, in his 3rd year out of North Alabama, on the recovery. Cincinnati takes over first down from their 35-yard line. Critical turnover with the Bills on the move. Eddie Brown in motion. And here's Woods ramming his way ahead. Ickey Woods stopped by Bentley and Odoms. Take a look at that. The aftermath of that last play.
Well, I don't know what Kelly's doing. Now, here's Kelly, number 12. And he thinks the guys get up. Kelly's in on the tackle. And then Thomas gets in there. Now watch what Kelly does. I'm going after you. It's a linebacker with a quarterback's arm. Kelly's tough.
Cincinnati at one point led 21-0. They led 28-7. It is now a 28-21 lead. Esiason off the play action. Goes short range and has Brooks. Brooks at the 44, stopped by Bentley. And Bailey, he is short of the first down. It will be a 3rd down. Looks to be a 3rd and 1.
Now they're going to measure this, but again, Buffalo Bills in this second half, they took the line of scrimmage away from the Cincinnati Bengals and got themselves back in the ball game. The defensive line now, they're just teeing off and going. You got Still, Smith, Smirlis.
It is just short of a first down. 3rd and inches coming up for Boomer Esiason, the top-rated passer in the NFL. Turned it around from a year ago when he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. Although Cincinnati played from behind much of the season, Cincinnati fans made Boomer the scapegoat last season, but he's come through with what should be an all-pro season.
And he just got out of town for a few months. Marv left here, went visited, just said, hey, let me get away from it all, get everything back into perspective.
3rd and inches.
If he gets to the line, he's got it.
Well, the Bengals feel they have it, and they do. Now for another update, let's go to our studios in New York. Here's Amar. Riverfront, Marv Albert, Paul McGuire. See time remaining. 4th quarter, Cincinnati 28, Buffalo 21. And the handoff to the speedy Woods. Ickey Woods stopped by the left defensive end, Art Still.
This play, by the time they hand the ball to Ickey Woods, he's almost at full speed. You've got Boomer Esiason running down the line of scrimmage and then handing to the ball, and Ickey Woods is running at an angle at full speed.
Less than 2 minutes remaining of that Cleveland-Washington game. We're down to 9:15 remaining here in Cincinnati. And the Bengals have a 2nd and 3 at the 48. 118 yards, 22 carries for Woods. And it's Brooks. Hard hit. Leonard Smith with the shot on James Brooks. Leonard Smith acquired from the Phoenix Cardinals earlier in the season, and a major pickup for Bill Polian and the Buffalo Bills.
And Leonard Smith will hit you. He loves to hit. They said that he got so many bad penalties. I mean, all penalties are bad, but bad penalties in Phoenix and in St. Louis because of a lot of things that happened afterwards. Of course, last week, you know, he got thrown out of the game.
Took a punch reportedly at one of the Jets in the 1st quarter. Got the thumb involved in the altercation. 3rd down and 3. And Esiason has the 1st down.
I got to see this, how he gets out of this mess. The heat was on. Boomer fake pulled it down and got himself a 1st down. Watch right in the middle of the street. Boomer's back there. They're crossing on a tackle, Smirlis and Still, and Boomer just pulls it down, sees that opening. All he needs is 1.5 yards, picks up the 1st down, and Leonard Smith tried to take his head off.
And he used the official, the umpire Dennis Riggs, as a pick.
Not a bad pick.
1st down at the 45. 7.5 left 4th quarter. Nice play action fake. And Esiason has the completion. Tim McGee on the sideline pattern for a Cincinnati 1st down, a 15-yard advance.
This play really typifies the maturity of Boomer Esiason. He was looking at Eddie Brown coming across the field, Marvin actually had him, but then he read the safety, and as soon as he saw that, he's going to pull the ball down. He's looking to his right to Brown, then he said, I can't throw there, there's a safety. He finds McGee, not selfish, back to the outside, 1st down at the 30.
3rd catch of the day for McGee, who has come off a twisted ankle injury. 1st down at the Buffalo 30. Here's Brooks. Stopped at the line. Critical turnover. Handing the ball back to Cincinnati. The fumble by Riddick. Recovered by Billups, with Buffalo on the move and trailing by only a touchdown. But now here is Cincinnati 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 30-yard line.
A little while ago, you talk about the Buffalo offense putting it together and Cincinnati's offense putting it together. Both teams were averaging just a little over 7 yards on 1st down.
It's been a long drive for Boomer Esiason and his Bengals playing number 9 right here. A shot at the 24.
He got hit by Art Still, I think, number 72, and his feet left the ground. It's either Bennett or Still. I saw Still on the ground, and maybe Cornelius Bennett, number 55, but Ickey kind of disappeared. This is going to be Bennett. Watch this. How about that for a right arm?
Well, Cornelius Bennett last week against the Jets recovered that Roger Vick fumble that led to the winning field goal in overtime. Guy who gets a lot of attention, usually draws the double team in a second year out of Alabama, coming off a sensational rookie season. Third down, 4 at the Buffalo 24. Straight through is Brooks for the first down. Bentley on the cover-up tackle.
Most important thing in this drive, number 1, first downs, keeping the ball alive, but they're keeping the clock moving. They're down within 5.5 minutes now. Brooks is mad. Everybody seems to be getting mad here. This is a straight handoff right up the middle. The blocking between the center and the 2 guards was excellent. Brooks was down. The ball hit the ground. And then all of a sudden you get caught up in there, and everybody's very testy now. Like that, huh?
A word that was used here earlier.
Yes.
Brooks has gone 69 yards, 18 carries, first down at the Buffalo 17. Play action. Esiason in trouble, just throws it away.
Cornelius Bennett was all over Boomer Esiason. Cornelius coming from the outside. They really don't block him here. It's a little play action they thought would freeze Bennett. His job was go right to the quarterback, and he does. Lets up just at the end, what you're supposed to do. Very fast. It's very fast. He wants to play tight end. He said, I'll play tight end, same amount of money. I don't believe that, but he said it.
Marv Levy says that Cornelius Bennett is the best practice player he's had in 35 years of coaching. Not bad in the games either.
Yeah.
Second down, 10. Woods off the hole, breaks the tackle, and then it's stopped. Carlton Bailey, who has excelled in the second half. 78, of course, Bruce Smith. But Bailey made that stop.
Well, Leonard Smith came up to put a major hit on Ickey, and it didn't work.
That's a final score. Cleveland over Washington, 17-13. And the updated AFC Central has Cleveland at 8-5. A win here for Cincinnati would make it 10 up and 3 down, and they would remain a game in front of Houston and 2 in front of Cleveland. 13th play of the drive. Third down and 5. 4 minutes left, fourth quarter. And here is Brooks for goal. And that will set up a first and goal.
They ran a quick trap up the middle, and this thing hit so quickly. Brooks getting to that hole in a major hurry. Here it comes. They just crosswalk right there. They block out on Still. They put Bruce Reimers, pull him out as the guard. He kicks Still out. That hole is there, and they've got first down at the 2. We're inside the 2. One thing Cincinnati has, if they win this game, they still have to finish in Houston, and so far this year, Houston has not lost the game at home.
And it's a first and goal. And the first crack at it does not work. Ickey Woods is stopped by the right corner, Nate Odoms. Next week, Cincinnati home for San Diego. Then they play at Houston, and then they will be home for Washington.
They just run one more running play. They can take the clock down to 2 minutes. You got to believe the Bills have to call a timeout here sometime. They have actually 4. There's 3 regular ones and the 2-minute deal.
Bengals used one of their timeouts. Second and goal at the 2. And it's Woods. Woods, his 3rd touchdown of the day. 130 yards on the the ground in 26 carries.
And Brooks has the other 2. So they've done it in their backfield with a very, very patient Boomer Esiason.
Ickey Woods, the rookie from Nevada, Las Vegas, led the nation in rushing last year. And the point after by Greek is good. 2:19 left, fourth quarter. Cincinnati taking advantage of a Buffalo turnover to put it on the board. Touchdown a moment ago by Ickey Woods, the first touchdown allowed in the fourth quarter by Buffalo since back week number 8. And this, the most points the Bills have allowed this season. Earlier, they gave up 28 to Pittsburgh, but they beat the Steelers 36-28. Cincinnati, the number 1 offense in the NFL. They've now scored 395 points. A boomer from the kickoff man, Lee Johnson, and Buffalo will start from the 20-yard line.
Marv, you get the feeling we may be seeing an advanced look of the championship game? Good possibility of it.
The Buffalo Bills, with that 7-game win streak on the line, a record of 11-1. Cincinnati, 9-3. Victory here today would make it 10 up, 3 down, and a full game in front of the Houston Oilers. Jim Kelly out of the shotgun as we approach the 2-minute warning. Goes to the sideline, a good hit on Ronnie Harmon. Darrell Smith, Ricky Dixon combining on the stop. It is short of the first down. 2:05 remaining in this fourth quarter.
They got Ricky Dixon out there on the corner limping.
Second down and 5. Marty Bussey on the coverage of Harmon. 2-minute warning. And we'll be back here in Cincinnati after these words. Minute 59 remaining, fourth quarter. Cincinnati leading Buffalo 35-21. And when we pick it up, the Bills a 3rd down and 5 from their 25-yard line.
They're looking at our friend Darrell Smith again, number 25. He got hit earlier in the game by his own man Vulture, and then all of a sudden he got hit again, and this time by Marty Bussey. So he's taking a beating from his own player.
Darrell Smith in his second season out of North Alabama. Really took a shot there.
Oh, he gets drilled by Bussey, his own man. They'll be right in the center of your screen. They're coming across. Bussey's going for the interception. Smith catches him right, or Bussey catches Smith right with his shoulder, right in the helmet. He's down. Got knocked out twice by his own guy. Tough game.
While we have an opportunity, I'd like to thank our spotters, Bill Schwarberg, in his 21st year with NBC here in the booth. Doug Kidd, our statistician, Mr. Stats, Elliot Kalb. Assistant statistical work by Neil Bendeski. Our director, John Gonzalez. Producer, Ken Edmondson. A minute 59 left in this fourth quarter. Next week, Marv Levy and his Buffalo Bills will be at Tampa Bay and home for the Raiders, and they conclude against the Colts at Indianapolis. 3rd down and 5. Kelly is taken down. Jason Buck, second-year player from Brigham Young, first-round draft pick last season, coming up with his 5th sack of the year.
And you give credit to the defensive secondary. The offensive line really didn't break down. It was just too long to sit back there and hold the ball.
And on 4th down, Kelly firing for Reed. It is broken up. So that is it for the Buffalo Bills. That sack by Buck, Cincinnati's second of the day. And what a job by the Cincinnati Bengals this afternoon.
It really was a great job. It was an excellent comeback also by the Buffalo Bills in the second half. The latter part of the first half, the second quarter, and then the third part of the fourth quarter. They got themselves back into the ball game at 28-21. And the turnover by Rob Riddick just gave Cincinnati that momentum. They went right down the field and scored.
Cincinnati has won the last 3 meetings, 5 of the last 6 against Buffalo. The Bills' last win back in '83 here at Riverfront. In the preseason, back in Game 2, Cincinnati beat Buffalo 24-13, but the starters saw limited action. First down play. Here's Brooks making the turn. And he is stopped at the line. Now the Cincinnati Bengals will try to score. You never know, come tiebreaker time down the road. They will want the points on the board. A timeout has been taken with 1:27 remaining, fourth quarter. Significance here this afternoon. Cincinnati Bengals have had 4 drives of 11 plays or more. We saw the time of possession stats earlier, so they have controlled the ball. They've also gone for 219 yards on the ground. Here's the Buffalo report card. Kelly 24 out of 34, intercepted twice. Riddick with 2 touchdowns. However, his fumble recovered by Lewis Phillips, with Buffalo on the move in the midst of their comeback, turned things around in this fourth quarter.
That's that 14-point swing.
Esiason 18 out of 25. Another outstanding day for Boomer Esiason. And Ickey Woods with a super day on the ground. And the same can be said for James Brooks.
That play, the Buffalo Bills have not been able to stop all day long, and I know they've run it at least 25 times. It's either right or left. Boomer comes down the line of scrimmage, and they just hand it going off tackle.
It'll be a 3rd down and 2 at the 8-yard line. This telecast presented by Authority, the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Bengals and the National Football League is prohibited. 45 seconds remaining. Cincinnati with a 35-21 lead over Buffalo. And here is Brooks getting inside the 5 and has the first down.
They don't have to run a play unless the Bills take a timeout. And they won't.
So it will run out. Time running down, and that will do it. Cincinnati beats Buffalo 35-21. Buffalo's win streak is stopped at 7. They are now 11-2. Cincinnati to 10-3, and they are now a full game in front of the second place Houston Oilers. The Bengals now 6-0 here at Riverfront. We'll be back right after these messages.